Hey everybody, welcome back to Prepper Junkie. Today I have a Glock 45 to review with you. Now first off the bat you're going to think, oh, it's a 45 caliber Glock. No, it's chambered in 9mm, just to confuse you. So Glock 45, chambered in 9mm, let's dive right on in. Alright, so comes in this cool little hard case by Glock. Glock typically sends all their firearms out in this kind of case. It comes with 3 17-round mags. Now, one of the things I wanted to point out about these mags, so this is a Glock 19 mag, one of the older ones. One of the things I like is they've switched to an orange follower now instead of the black one. So when you are shooting, and you know, to visually check to see if you're empty or if you have a blockage or something, it's very easy now to see that orange follower. So I do like that a lot. Very cool. So yep, comes with the Glock 45, comes with 3 17-round mags, comes with a cleaning brush, and it comes with 4 adjustable back straps, gun lock, user manual, the same kind of stuff as always. Okay, so this is the Glock 45. So let's go over it. What makes it so unique? You know, is it closer to a Glock 19, a 17, 43? You know, it's actually a hybrid. So the slide up here is a Glock 19 slide, and the lower here is a Glock 17 grip. So it's a hybrid of the two, which actually makes kind of an interesting firearm. So for me, let's have a look here. This is my Gen 5 Glock 19. So when I put my hand on this, and I have medium-sized hands, you can see my hand does stick below just a little bit. I still find it's very comfortable to grip, but if you have larger hands, then for sure this would make a little bit more sense, because my hand fits perfectly on here, and if you have even bigger hands than mine, this would sit very, very well. So it's definitely an interesting combination, and I'm kind of a fan. So on this Gen 5, they did get rid of, this is the Gen 3 Glock 19, they did get rid of these finger grooves. They no longer have them. They had them on the Gen 3 and Gen 4, and the Gen 5, they have them removed, which is nice. The texturing on the grip here is pretty aggressive all the way around. It feels really good in the hand. The magwell has been flared at the bottom here, and has the typical little gap right there that a lot of people will put in, like, so this is my Gen 5. It has that little plug that goes in there, stop debris and stuff getting in. So if you want to put something like that in there, you can. And then to put those back straps on, it just goes on the back of the clip-on right here if you want to change that out. One of the nice upgrades, again, over the Gen 3, for example, is this mag release. It is a big old button nowadays. Instead of the Gen 3, it was pretty small. It's probably like 1/3 the size of the paddle. So it's got that really nice large paddle mag release right there. Moving up, we have an Ambi slide lock right here on either side. So lefties rejoice. So yeah, very cool. Then we have the trigger. We'll go over the trigger in a couple of minutes here, but we'll go over the trigger weight pull and stuff. Spoiler alert, is better than the previous Glocks. Glocks are not known for having nice triggers straight out the box. So yeah, we'll go over that in just a little bit here. And then on the trigger guard, we still have a little cutout here so you can get your fingers right up in there and get a really good purchase on there. Moving to the end here, we have the rail. Let's have a look. I've got some lights down here. These are just typical rail lights, nothing special. It's not a proprietary rail, thank goodness. And this one's a Surefire. This one just screws on like so. I'm not going to tighten all the way down, but so all your lights should fit just fine. And then speaking of fitting, because this is designed for a Glock 19, the upper is basically the size of a Glock 19. This will fit your Glock 19 holsters. So if you are a Glock 19, you don't need to change holsters. As I said, the only thing that's different is this grip right here. Okay, moving up to the slide. We have serrations on the front and back, which I'm glad to see. This particular firearm is made in Austria. You know, obviously some Glocks are made in the US, but this one is made in Austria that I have in my hands right here. Now they've changed the coating on the slide here. Let me have a look here. So this is the Gen 3. You're not going to be able to really pick this up on camera, but there is a slight difference in color. So some people have said that the new Gen 5 coating is feels a little slick. Honestly, I've not felt that, and with the serrations, it's not been an issue anyway, but the new coating is supposed to be way more durable than the previous coatings. So yeah, we'll see how that works out. On top here, we have some Mirror Glow night sights. These are really, really nice night sights. Again, these came with the firearm. I did not add these on, and I don't know if you're gonna be able to pick this up, but the front post here has this kind of a luminescent orange-red colored dot with a night sight tritium in the center. It's very, very easy to pick up. I really, really like that a lot. They are very nice sights. Okay, so moving forward, at the end here, of the end of the slide, instead of having that kind of boxy frame that Glocks are known for, they kind of smooth these edges out to make them less snag, make them more snag resistant, should I say. So it looks very nice. And that is pretty much it for the outside. So what I'll do is I will change the camera angle around, we'll put this down on the table, we'll go over the trigger and the internals, and I'll be right back with you. All right, so here we have all the Glocks that I've been going over with you. So this is the Gen 19, excuse me, this is the Glock 19 Gen 3, this is the Glock 19 Gen 5, this is the Glock 45. So I'm going to do a side-by-side with the Gen 5 since this is the most comparable one. And we'll do the back piece. This is going to be the biggest difference. Everything else will pretty much be the same. And you can see, let me get these a little more level, that obviously the grip is longer. The Gen 19 holds 15 rounds flush, and this holds 17 rounds flush. And you can see, obviously, it is longer, which is the whole purpose. And then if we do, like I was telling you before, it is a Glock 19 slide. You can see these are exactly the same size. Oops, I'm gonna move that down. These are exactly the same size. And if you put them on top of each other, and then obviously, you know, the frame and everything is all the same. It's essentially just been extended. Here is where the big difference between these two firearms are. Both have Ambi. I've upgraded these Ambi slide stops to aftermarket ones. But other than that, everything really is the same. Let's go over the trigger. So let's see what the trigger pull is like, and then we'll do the weight and so on in just a second. So we got a little bit of take up. It's pretty smooth, it's a little spongy. And you can see how much take up's there. It is obviously a single stage also. Oh, before we do that, obviously there is no external safety on this Glock. The safety is the blade in the center. If you pull on either side of this trigger, it will not fire. Your finger has to depress that center blade to fire. Okay, so let's do the take up again. And then it feels like you hit the wall, and there's just a little bit more to go after that. And then the brake. The brake's pretty decent. It's pretty audible and tactile. Let's do the reset. You have a little bit of let out. And the reset's actually really nice. It's audible and tactile again, and crisp and clean. I like that. And then the brake. It's nicer. As I said, Glocks are not known for the nicest triggers out of the box. This is the Gen 3, and you can see so yeah, it's definitely a nicer trigger on the newer Gen 5 models. It's definitely a bit of an upgrade. So yeah, all right, let's take the Glock down and show you the internals. So to do that, what you're gonna do is, if you're not used to taking Glocks down, just rotate your hand up, so it's on top, pull back, pull down on each of those tabs, and then just push the slide forward, just like so. Okay, so everything looks normal in here. That kind of looks like a standard striker-fired polymer lower. Fit and finish obviously is looking really good, as you'd expect. This is your guide rod and spring. This is your barrel. Now there is some tape over the serial numbers on here because this has been lent to me. They don't want the serial numbers on cameras, fair enough. So yours will not come with the tape, don't worry. But you can see the fit and finish in here is excellent, pretty standard. Put it back together, just go in reverse, put your barrel in, put your guide rod and spring, excuse me. Take your lower, push this all the way to the front, and slide back on. And you're on, function check, good to go. Awesome, all right. Let's just change the camera angle one more time and I'll be right back with you. Okay, so let's talk about shooting it. Shooting was great. I had no problems whatsoever. Not that I was definitely expecting anything from Glock. Everything shot just fine. I put 115 grain ball and 124 grain ball through it. No hollow points, too expensive for me right now to be shooting those. But everything shot just fine. No issues whatsoever, as I said. Now with Glocks, there is a huge aftermarket parts and accessories out there for these. I mean, it's literally endless. You can do absolutely anything to these Glocks. So, but one of the things I wanted to point out, which you're probably already aware, but you know, these are obviously the Glock 17 mags, but any mag that is long enough to fit in this grip, it will accept if it's a Glock mag, which I love about Glocks. I love the fact that all these different models, but the mags are interchangeable. So you don't have to keep going out and keep buying different mags. The Glock 19 mags, 15 round mags do not fit, they're too short. But yeah, huge aftermarket selection for these out there. So let's talk about pricing. These are coming in anywhere between $550, $600, around about that range for a basic Glock 45. Again, if you're wanting like the upgraded sights, you're gonna have to pay a little more. But I mean, obviously they're recommended. They're Glock. They're renowned for just being just crazy reliable. I realize somebody's going to say, well, I've had this problem. Okay, well, these are one of the most popular handguns. It actually is the most popular, not this model, but Glocks are the most popular handguns in America. There's going to be some lemons out there, or somebody's going to have some issues, but the overwhelmingly positive, very, very positive for reliability. Military use Glocks. I mean, police officers use Glocks. I mean, they're Glock. Glocks are not my favorite pistol in the world, but I respect them for their reliability, their functionality, for sure. As I say, I do recommend them. The only thing I don't really like is still the trigger's a lot better than it used to be, but it could still be a little bit better. But other than that, it's good. As I say, and I really like the combo here with the G19, because I think the G17 is just way too big. It's just massive. I really like the G19 slide on here, and I really like the 17 for the grip. Feels very nice in hand, and the extra capacity. So yeah, happy days. I do recommend for sure. All right, links are in the description if you want to buy one of these, and if you have any questions, any comments, please ask them below. I'm always happy to help out wherever I can. If you've not hit that like and subscribe button, please do so. It does not cost you a dime, but I greatly, greatly appreciate it. And that's it. All right, folks, until next time, I'll catch you later.